Guys, this is going to be another Walking Dead Q&A video. This is number 11 leading up to episode 9. Thank you to everyone for the questions. As always, I have 35 left, so I definitely have plenty for the next couple Q&As for you guys. Let's get started. How will AMC handle Negan swearing? Okay, so I've gone over Negan before. We talked about all sorts of things about Negan, his comedy, who is Negan. Obviously, it's cable, so they can't really swear too much. He uses the F-bomb a lot, so that's going to be an issue because that is a big part of his character. I know they could change the word, but I feel that they're going to have to do something else because that is a big part of his character, swearing. There's only a couple options. One of them is maybe talking to their sponsors or advertisers, because that's a big reason why they don't swear in AMC, because of the advertisers. So maybe getting different advertisers or doing something else, because they do have to keep them happy. That's the main way for them to get money. So they can't really mess with that too much. So they choose not to swear because of that reason. A lot of people have pointed out that in Breaking Bad Season 1, Walter White said the F word to his boss. I think that was a DVD or a download. I don't think it was on TV. I think that makes sense because the same thing happened with The Walking Dead. In the Season 4 finale, Rick's final line was, "They're screwing with the wrong people." It was supposed to be they're effing with the wrong people. They showed that in the DVD release. I have the DVD right now. They showed that they changed the word. They did multiple takes, one for the TV and one for the DVD. But that basically tells me that they can't do that. They can't use the F word on TV, and that's going to be an issue for Negan. If they can't do that, I don't think Negan's going to be as good as he was in the comics, because that's a big part of his character. That's like most of his character. Like I said, they could bleep it out, but I don't know if people would like that. They could change the word to screwing. Only options, in my opinion, are to move the time slot up to maybe 11 or 12. The other option is to change the word, but I don't know if I like that one. I don't think I like that one. Another one is just to bleep it out, but that's another problem there, because I don't know if I want to hear bleeps every 2 seconds because of Negan. Negan, like I said, he swears every 2 seconds. He cannot swear. That's who he is. So I have no idea what they're going to do with him, but I think they're going to do a good job anyway with the perfect casting for Negan. I never thought about Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. He's definitely perfect. If you guys don't know who he is, check out The Comedian, check out Supernatural. Those are his bigger roles. Even if they can't figure this out, I think they'll do a good job with the character, because one thing they did say is that they're going to push AMC as far as possible, because they know that they have to with Negan and everything. So, those are my thoughts on that one. Hopefully they could figure it out, because it is a big part of who he is. They do have to swear on TV. The next question is, what Walking Dead death was the most shocking to you? This is a great question. There's a couple. The Herschel one, because at the time, I didn't see him dying. A lot of people saw him dying, but I started reading the comic books like right around that time, so I didn't catch up to that point yet. Like, I wasn't in the prison story arc yet. I was like in the farm type of area. When I started reading them, I wasn't sure who would die, because I know it's Tyrese now in the comics, but in the TV series, it was Herschel. That one was very shocking to me, just because I wasn't sure who it would be, and I didn't know someone would die. I know a lot of people did know, because that was one of the big iconic scenes from the comics, so it kind of had to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen, so that one was definitely shocking for me. Another one was Lori's death, because when I first read it in the comics, I was shocked. Basically, she had Judith, and then they were running down to try to escape from the governor when he attacked the prison, just like on the TV series. The difference is that in the comics, she got shot, and both of them died. In the TV series, Lori died when she gave birth to Judith. So that was the big major difference. But when I first saw it in the TV series, that one was shocking to me as well. Another one was Merle. I know they were hyping him up so much, probably just to kill him off. But at that time, like I said, I was still new to the show. I started watching halfway through Season 2. So that's about a season later. So I was still definitely new to the show, and I wasn't sure who would die. I wasn't sure if someone would die, because at the time I thought that maybe all of these characters will probably still be around. I kind of realized that every single season we're going to see deaths. Like, at the time I wasn't sure because I was still new to the show, But Merle's definitely a shocking death to me because I didn't see it coming. So maybe a couple people did, but I didn't see it coming. Another one was Shane. Shane was definitely shocking because these two were basically brothers, Shane and Rick. And at the time, I understand that they were getting in fights and everything. But I didn't think that Rick was actually going to kill Shane. I know people did know, but like I said, I never started reading the comics until Season 3. And after Season 3, everything became more predictable to me because I read the comic books and everything. So that was another shocking death to me. There's others, definitely there's others. Tyrese is up there for me. Beth is up there for me, just because we never saw them coming. They're definitely random deaths. Those were definitely unpredictable deaths. The next question is from Nalia Rose. She says, what do you think about Carol's transformation over the course of the... I'm going to do a transformations video for the top 5 best transformations from the entire series pretty soon as well. But to answer your question, Carol's transformation is probably the best transformation of them all. It's really awesome to see where she was. She was basically completely useless. She didn't know what to do. She didn't want to live in this world. At one point, she wanted to die. Like in the comics, she committed suicide. So in the TV series, they kind of changed that up. She went from being useless to in Season 3 starting to learn. In Season 4 and 5, handling herself and getting to the point where she actually saved the group. And now she's one of the best characters in the group. Not just because she's a badass or anything, but because she's willing to protect her people at all costs. I think she's a little too far gone at this point, further than Rick. I think she's not going to accept anybody into the group. Rick is the leader, but imagine if Carol was the leader. I don't think she would accept anybody into the group. I think she would just protect her own people and just kill everyone else because she's trying to kill the wolf right now anyway. She's not going to take crap from anybody. So even to the point that she's going against Morgan. So that's really, really interesting. Before, in Season 1, she was getting beat up by her husband. Her husband was abusive. She lost her daughter. She lost her surrogate daughter, so to speak. She lost a lot of people. Tyrese was starting to become a friend to her. She went from being completely useless to being one of the best characters of all time. In my opinion, I think she is up there. She's definitely up there with Walter White from Breaking Bad and everything. Definitely like that kind of transformation. That type of transformation. That was a really, really incredible transformation. And it's funny because in Season 3, she was supposed to be killed off. I'm not sure if you guys knew this. In Season 3, she was supposed to be the one to be devoured by walkers instead of T-Dog. So imagine if T-Dog was still around and Carol was dead. I definitely am happy that he kept Carol around this long because she is awesome, and at this point she's going to be one of the characters that they'll probably keep around for the rest of the series, to be honest with you. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with her in the future because she's dead in the comics, so her storylines are going to be completely new. She could be the leader of the Hilltop, but I think that's for Maggie, and then there's other stuff that she could do, but we'll see what happens. But definitely her transformation is really great, really awesome. I'm really happy with what they did with her. I'm going to go into more detail in my transformations video pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. But thanks for your question. Really awesome question. The next question is, will Shiva die the same way in the TV show as in the comics? Okay, this is a little spoilery. I'm not going to go into detail on this one because it is a little spoilery. She does die in the comics. She is dead in the comics right now, but it took a long time. And do I think she will die the same way? To answer your question, no. I'm not going to go into more detail than that. Like I said, you have to read the comics to see how she died. But I think she won't die the same way. I think they're going to keep her longer than she was in the comics. In the comics, she only lasted about 8 issues, which is about half a season. That's it. I know the TV series is going to probably do similar things because CGI and having a live tiger is dangerous, so they're not going to want to keep it for like 2, 3, 4 seasons or anything. But I do think they're going to keep it at least for a season or a season and a half. That will probably be pretty good, pretty awesome. But to answer your question, I don't think she's going to die the same way. I think she's going to die a different death. So thanks for your question. This will be the final question. This one's from Big Dude. He says, if zombies were taking over the world, and the only thing to your left was the only thing to use, what would that be? So if I had something to my left, what would that be? I actually have a sword. So this is what my weapon would be if the zombie apocalypse was taking over the world. It's the Michonne sword. It's a real sword. See, this would be my weapon. This is in 2013 because it's really awesome. Here's the. So here it is. This is the sword I would use for the apocalypse. Really awesome. So thanks for your question, big dude. That's it for this Q&A. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to get the latest Walking Dead news, reviews, and predictions, please subscribe. That's it for this video. See you guys next time, and thanks for watching.